Once there was an old man who had a very long beard. He was the only nice person in the whole world. He loved and obeyed God all the time. Then one day God spoke to him. "Noah, you know what? I'm tired of all your neighbours being so selfish and mean. They don't even know how to share or take care of other people who are poor. They just think about themselves all the time. I tell you what, I would like you to have a new neighbourhood, and this is what I'm going to do. I will take you to a new place in an ark because I like you. I'll make it rain for 40 days and 40 nights. There'll be a great flood, but you and your family and all the animals will be safe." Noah was surprised and asked, "What's an ark?" God replied, "It's like a boat, but very big. You'll have to make it. It should be wide and this long and this tall. You also have to make it out of very special wood, and you have to do this right away." Noah squinted and looked at the sky. "Uh-oh," he said, "I better get going. Mrs. Noah, we need to have food, blankets and hay for the animals. God said it's going to rain for a long time, and there'll be a great flood, so hurry." "But how will we live through a great flood?" Mrs. Noah asked. Noah said, "It's okay. I'm going to build an ark so our family and all the animals will be safe in it. So hurry and make all the preparations." Mrs. Noah asked, "What's an ark?" "You'll know when it's done," Noah replied. Noah built his ark. It was so long and so wide and so tall. It had a big window and a big huge door. All of his neighbours laughed at him. "What's that silly thing Noah's making?" they'd ask. "It looks enormous and like a boat. But there are no oceans or rivers in sight, no water anywhere." And they kept on laughing. Noah finally finished the ark, and as soon as he did, the clouds started to cover the sun. He heard God's voice again. "Noah, it's time to go." So Noah gathered up the animals that God sent him, 2 dogs, 2 cats, 2 lions and 2 rats. He gathered 2 tigers, 2 bears and 2 of every animal in sight. After Noah was inside, God closed the door. Inside the boat, Noah's family could see how the sky was getting darker and darker. It became scary and quiet. Then Noah heard it, a drop, then a second drop, then a third, then another and another, and they came faster and faster, bigger and louder. And after a few minutes, it became a huge storm. The dry land started to get soaked in water. It rained and rained without stopping. After 2 days of rain, the ark started to float, and still the rain kept pouring down. Soon the ark was in the middle of a large ocean. It rained more and more without stopping for 40 days and 40 nights, just like God said it would. But Noah and his family were safe. Noah and his family had been in the ark for 40 days and 40 nights. "Is this rain ever going to stop?" grumbled Noah's son. Then suddenly it stopped. The sun began to shine. So Noah sent out a raven, but it just flew back and forth until the water dried up. He waited for a few more days and sent out a dove. The dove could not find dry land and came back to the ark. 7 days later, Noah sent the dove out again. This time it came back with a leaf in its beak. Then he sent the dove out again. Noah waited for many days, but the dove never came back. "Wow, the storm must really be over," Noah cried. "I think it's safe to come out now." "Finally!" shouted one of Noah's sons. "The animals are starting to stink up the place." "All right then, let's open the door and go out." Noah and his family and all the animals marched out from the ark to dry land. There was no one else around. Then Noah realised, so this is the new neighbourhood God was talking about. He had a lot of work to do. "We'd better get started," said Mrs. Noah. "Yes, but first things first," Noah said. "We need to give God an offering to show him how thankful we are for saving us from the flood." So Noah gave God an offering, and God was very, very pleased with him. God put a rainbow in the sky to promise Noah that he would never flood the earth again.